Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Food, Wine, and Whiskey in Your Own Backyard. And today I have a special guest with me. It is my father-in-law. His name is Maestro Jesse Rivas. Everybody needs to refer to him as Maestro. If you don't, what happens, Jesse?
They fade away.
They fade away, and nobody can find you. You won't be able to be seen. Nobody will ever even know that you existed. Would that be accurate?
That'd be accurate.
Okay. So today we're just going to chit-chat a little bit. What do you want to talk about specifically?
We want to talk about old times.
Let's talk about old times. You grew up in El Paso, Texas.
Yeah, close to Mexico.
Close to Mexico, and you're a graduate of, am I saying it right? La Bouille.
La Bouille. That's right. That's right, Commissioner.
La Bouille High School, class of?
1956.
All right. And in that high school class that you graduated with, how many of you guys still hang out together?
About 2 or 3.
That's it?
That's it, Commissioner.
Well, okay, when I hear about this gang that's always getting together for dances and for meeting at what's the taco place that you all meet at?
The Taco Real.
Cabana. Taco Cabana.
Taco Cabana.
You have some music and you guys all get together. Who's this gang that I hear about?
Well, it's different schools, not just La Bouille. It's different schools in El Paso.
Okay. So who are the schools? How do you all know each other if it's different schools? I thought there was like this rivalry. You know, you don't hang out with high schools that you're a rival with.
As you get older, you don't have any rivals. You just have compas.
Are you telling me you got soft?
Yeah.
You got a little bit soft?
Little softies. I got softy.
Is that from the women in our life that make us soft?
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
They kind of ease us up a little bit?
Yes.
Okay. So you graduated in 1956?
That's right.
And then what's your story? From there you went on. What was life like for Jesse Rivas after high school?
After high school, I went into the military.
Okay.
And I served 3 years in the European theater.
The European theater. Never heard of that.
Yeah, well, it's something like the Plaza Theater, but it's a European theater.
Okay. So what role did you have in the theater while you were serving in the military?
I was in Materiel.
Materiel.
That's right.
So did you dance or sing?
I danced and I sung. And I drank.
Whatever Uncle Sam told you to do?
That's right.
So 3 years in the military, all of them here in the States?
No, 4 years in the military.
4 years in the military. All here in the States?
No, 3 in Germany.
Did you like Germany?
Yes.
Best memories?
Drinking rum and Coca-Cola.
Okay. That's the only memory you have?
That's the only one. That's the only one that I can remember.
That's the only one you can remember? Because of all the rum and Coca-Cola?
That's right.
And in Germany, it was Coca-Cola? It wasn't some other German soda?
There was schnapps.
Peppermint?
No, schnapps.
Oh, there's snobs. There were snobby people.
No.
Snobs.
No, that's a drink.
Oh.
And cognac.
Cognac. Did you drink cognac?
And beer. Lowenbrau.
Sounds like you did a lot of drinking in Germany.
There was a lot of drinking going on, yeah.
Okay.
A lot of drinking.
So what about the country? Did you like anything?
Yeah.
It was shortly after the war.
It was shortly after the war. The buildings were still torn down, and some of them, not all of them.
So what was your mission there? Our United States military was there after the war to do what in Germany?
I can't talk about it. It's top secret.
Nobody knows what we're talking about. It's just me and you. We're just in a room, me and you.
Yeah, but I can't talk. Not even to you.
Why?
Because it's top secret.
But I'm family.
If it wasn't
I'm the maestro.
If it wasn't secret, I'd be able to tell you.
No, you're the maestro.
I'm the maestro. You're the captain.
I'm the captain. You can tell me.
No, I can't. Is
it because Sandra's here? And Rachel?
Because everybody's here.
Okay. All right. So 3 years in Germany.
That's right.
And all you can remember is drinking rum and Coke.
Rum and Coca-Cola.
And
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
And cognac a little bit.
Cognac.
And
schnapps.
Peppermint schnapps.
And Lowenbrau.
Low on brow?
Lowenbrau.
I know.
Oh.
That's some kind of a beer.
It is a beer. Okay. Did you do any other traveling while you were in Germany? Did you go to Italy? Did you go to France? Did you go to Switzerland?
I went to Italy, and I went to France, and I went to Switzerland.
And they all had good alcohol too?
Yes, they did.
Is that all you remember from there, the good alcohol?
They all have alcohol.
So did you go to Italy because you were in Germany? Hey, ladies, we're doing a show here. Did you go to Italy because you were in Germany and somebody said, "Hey, Jesse, they've got really good liquor in Italy," and you went, "I'm going."
Yeah,
That's
right.
why you went?
That's right. Uh-huh.
Okay. So 4 years in the military, 3 in Germany. And was it your last 3 or your first 3 in Germany?
Last 3.
So you spent your first year where?
In the States.
Where at? Can you remember?
It was in San Antonio.
San Antonio. So you were Air Force.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Yeah, it's a cold country there. Cold country.
Does it? I heard it snows. Does it snow?
It snows quite a bit.
And I heard there's cowboys like Texas.
There's cowboys like Texas.
That's pretty cool.
And horses, too.
And horses.
Yeah, and cows.
Right, nice. Okay. So first year in Wyoming and San Antonio split. 3 years in military in Germany. Last year of service in Germany, they said you either need to re-up or get out, and you decided to get out.
They told me that I could extend my enlistment
Yeah.
or get out.
Yeah.
And I wanted to extend, but they booted me out.
They did?
Yeah.
Okay. So from there, you're in Germany. You're like, well, I'm going to go back to El Paso.
Yeah.
So in the 3 years you were in Germany, did you come back every year to El Paso to
No,
visit?
I did not. I stayed there.
So it was 3 years in Germany, never being back to El
Never
Paso.
being back, no.
So how was that when you finally came back?
It was rough. It was rough.
Did it look like different? Did it feel weird being back after being 3 years inundated in a German community?
It was hard to adjust.
It was?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay.
I was a civilian, but I was a GI in mentality.
I kind of know that feeling too. So I get what you're saying. So back in El Paso, and you're like, okay, I'm discharged, and they don't set you up with a job. They don't do anything else. The military just sends you back to where you want to go, whether one place, wherever you want to go. And you said El Paso. So
That's right.
You got to El Paso, and then what?
And then I started looking for work.
And I'm going to assume, did you get right on to the railroad? I know you were a long-time career railroad guy.
No. I worked at, where did I work? It's been so long. I worked at Mumpson, Dunnigan, and Ryan.
What is that?
Wholesalers for hardware.
Oh, really? A hardware store? So is this like
wholesalers?
wholesalers?
Yeah.
Is it a national chain, or was that a mom and pop place
No, it was a pretty big place, but it was a local.
Local.
That's right.
Didn't have multiple locations around the country.
No, just here.
And say the name again.
Mumpson, Dunnigan, and Ryan.
Are these like 3 guys who were partners in the business?
Yes, 3 guys that were partners. Yeah.
And what did you do?
I was sort of like in charge of the mail.
And I'm guessing this time you're mid-20s?
I was in my early 20s.
Early 20s?
Oh, mid-20s.
Mid-20s, 24, 25. And then after that, how long were you there?
I was there about 2 years.
Okay, and then?
And then I went to Hortex Manufacturing.
Okay.
And I was there another 2 years.
And Hortex was on the El Paso side, not across the border.
That's right, Commissioner.
And they manufactured what?
Clothing.
Uh-huh. And what did you do for them?
I was more or less like credit. I wasn't a credit manager or anything. I worked in the credit department. Let's put it that way.
Okay, so you just kind of in that department, you would review files or get information, pass it on to whoever needed it, and they would
That's
make
right.
whatever decisions, things like that.
That's right.
Okay, gotcha. And the credit was for companies who wanted to buy things from you, giving them a line of credit.
That's right.
Okay, very cool. And you were there how long?
2 years.
And then from there,
I went to the railroad.
that's where it all began
The Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe
for a number of years.
for a number of 30 years.
But not all 30 under that railroad. It changed, right?
No, it didn't change under me.
Oh, it changed,
It changed
after?
after.
And after you left, it changed to?
Atchison, the Burlington, Northern, and Santa Fe.
Yeah, that's what I remember. And so you spent how many years?
30.
So at this time when you started, you're about 30 years old.
I was
24,
more
25.
Or less, more or less.
2 there at the first place, 2 at the manufacturing place doing the credit. put you close to 30, 29, 30.
And then I retired there, and I went to work for Home Depot,
I remember that.
and I was there 7 years.
So that's after retirement. So that gets us through all of your professional career.
Yeah, that's my profession.
So now we got to figure out,
Then I went to my retirement life,
which is a lot of
which
coffee,
is a lot of coffee,
sweets, and shooting pool.
and shooting pool, and dancing,
And dancing.
and drinking.
And still drinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
rum and Coca-Cola.
So the German drinking kind of stayed with you
yeah,
forever.
it stayed with me.
It didn't go away.
Yeah, forever, for life.
Uh-oh,
It
okay.
stays with you for life.
Forever.
Yeah.
Okay. So where in this window of history of your life for professional did the personal part come where we know a sweet lady named Rachel fell into your life?
Yeah.
When did that happen? You were 30, 31, 32?
I was 30.
So it was right when you started at the railroad you met Rachel.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay. And you guys dated for how long?
For about 7 years. No, we dated for about 2 years.
2 years. And then she asked you to marry her.
Yeah, she asked me, and I accepted.
You accepted. You're a very nice guy. I mean, how could you say no,
How
right?
could I say no?
Yeah. She's such a pretty little lady. You can't say no to that. Thank you, Rachel, for asking him. She called you a big liar.
She called me a big liar. I've been known to lie.
A lot or just a little?
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit?
Yeah.
Would you be lying in this interview at all?
Somewhat.
Babe, get out the lie detector thing. All right, so you met Rachel at 30. You dated her for 2 years. Then she asked you to marry her. And then how did life go on from there? What was life like?
Well, from there, we started a family.
Did you first live in an apartment? I know the house you lived in first.
I lived in a little house.
You all got married.
I had a house, a little house.
You had it. Was it the one on Nashville?
Yes.
Okay.
And there it was too small for us.
It was a
her
little
her
two-bedroom
mom lived
house,
with
right?
us. Yeah, 2 bedrooms.
Yeah.
And then we bought a bigger house on the east side. And
So you're moving on up, George.
Yeah. I even
Moving on up.
I even got to walk like George.
There you go. Hands back and everything.
Exactly.
Exactly. Did you have a neighbor like George had?
No. We have one now.
You do have one now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so you guys had a house, started a family, and then you were there how long? At Nashville House?
I'd say about 6, 7 years, or maybe
6 or
more.
7 years, okay.
Yeah.
So I remember Sandra telling me, well, let's just say, starting a family, you have 3 girls. Name the 3 girls.
Cynthia.
Is the eldest.
Yeah. And Sandra.
It's
and
the middle.
Valerie.
And Valerie's the baby.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So you had 3 girls. I remember Sandra telling me that they would walk to elementary school at Nashville. So that sounds about right because
Yeah.
6 or 7 years, she would have been in kindergarten or first grade. So at that point, you decided, okay, we need a bigger house.
That's right.
And you moved on up like George Jefferson.
Yeah, we moved on up.
Went up to the east side. Went to Saigon
Drive.
Saigon Drive. And so you've been in Saigon for a long time.
Yeah, we've been there ever since.
So Sandra, that was the childhood home and just never moved again. And that's how I remember families. You know, I remember when I grew up or had friends that had grown up, their parents lived in the same house forever. When you bought a house, that was your house.
Yeah.
It was your family home.
That was the old way of thinking.
Now?
Now you just sell the house.
It's like a car. Every 5 years, they
every
want a
5
new
years,
model.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it.
As soon as you're dirty one room, you let it go. You
Grass is too tall. Let's move.
get another house.
Yeah, crazy. It's different for me to see that because I'm still of the mindset like you. Buy a house.
I'd stay there forever.
Stay there, fix it up. You know, why do I need to go buy a new one and get more debt? And So, yeah, I just thought that was interesting. But it was the same back then for electronics. You know, I remember my grandmother, you buy a TV. She had that same TV in her living room for 30 years.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah.
We had a pair of pliers to change the channels.
Yeah, once the knob broke off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you got the channel lock so that you could lock it on, and the pliers just stayed right there on the TV.
Yeah. And then we had a clothes hanger, metal clothes hanger for an antenna.
That's right. And aluminum foil wrapped around it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, your great-grandkids, your great-great-grandkids, and all the way down who hear this later on aren't going to have a clue of what we're talking about when they hear this.
No.
What kind of TV did they have where they put a hanger on it to get signal? They're not going to have a clue, Grandpa.
No.
Yeah.
No way.
They have no idea how good they have it, do they?
No.
Okay.
And telephones?
Telephones have come a long way. I'm sure you remember when your girls would get a phone call and they would want to have that long cord or a long phone cord so they could take it into their room, right?
Yeah, but when I was little, we had 2 tin cans with a
string?
Yeah.
Did you have to have a string or fishing line to make sure you could
No,
hear?
it's just regular string.
Just string?
Regular string.
And would you run it to your neighbor's house?
Yeah. And when you couldn't, the transmission wasn't that good, you just have to speak a little louder so they could
Does
hear
that mean
you.
open the door and yell?
Yeah.
You know what I do seriously remember about phones, though? When I was a kid growing up, and I stayed with one of my good friends, Tony Ford, for a while, and his family, and we lived out in an area where there were like 5 houses in this little area, and everybody was friends and everything. But the telephone line was a party line. Do you remember
Oh,
those?
yeah. Party lines.
So I might go to make a phone call at the Ford's house, and I'd pick up the phone, and I would hear Janet Farmer talking to somebody else and go, oops, sorry about that. And
No, or you would stay there and listen to what they were saying.
I don't want to say that on air because, like all that time he was listening. Maybe. You never know.
Of course, they were listening to you, too.
But if they asked me, maybe I'd lie and say no.
Yeah, but if you were talking, they'd listen in on your conversation, too.
And if I asked them, maybe they would lie. Everybody's a liar, it seems like.
Yeah, everybody's like me.
They lie a little bit.
Yeah, I lie
or
a lot.
a lot.
I lie a lot. No, I don't have very many faults. I don't, really.
No, I don't think so.
Kind of perfect. But there's just one thing. Is that I do lie.
That's okay, though. You're human.
Yeah.
You can have that.
I'm entitled to one
Do you say
fault.
sorry later?
No, never do. Never
You don't, no need.
No need to.
Not sorry.
Because they don't know that I lied.
Yeah, so you're not sorry about it.
No.
Okay. So you're married, you got 3 girls, you've moved to Saigon, over on the east side, moving on up. And you and Rachel have been married now how many years?
Oh, more or less about 50.
Going to be 50 this next year, right?
Yeah.
50
How
years
did you know?
of marital bliss, right? Never argued, never got mad at you, you never got mad at her. It's just perfect. Like you're perfect.
We never argued. Never. Not one single argument.
Yeah.
Well, like I say, I lie a lot.
But if you never argue, it's not because you lied. I'm just assuming you were always right. And she probably knew that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never known you to be wrong.
No, I'm never wrong. Never wrong.
I think one time you were wrong. You thought
one
you were
time.
wrong, but you were wrong about being wrong, so you were actually right.
I was actually right.
Yeah, so you've never really been wrong.
No,
Okay.
never.
So you've been married going on 50 years. That's a wonderful, beautiful accomplishment. And your daughters now are how old?
Don't ask me.
Can we say the age of girls on a podcast? Are they okay with that, or should we leave that alone?
We could say it if I knew it.
Well, let's do what we do best.
Lie?
Yeah. Valerie is 26.
46.
26.
Oh, 26?
What are we doing?
Lying.
That's right, 26.
And
Sandra's
Sandra,
28.
28. And Cindy's just barely 30.
Just turned 30.
Turned 30.
Yeah, so you have some young children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have some old grandkids.
And you love your girls a lot, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've got grandkids age of 20.
And do you love all them?
Yeah, I love all of them.
You like them or
Yeah,
love them?
I
You
love
just said
them.
like.
I love them. You know,
I'm wondering if you're lying to us.
See, my daughters are young, but my grandkids are kind of old.
So Cindy had a child when she was 10.
10.
Marky's 30.
Yeah.
Well, wait. Marky's 36.
So she was kind of young.
Cindy's 30. That's a weird one.
But she had some more.
Yeah,
Well, as she got older,
she has probably, I think she has 2 kids that are older than her, doesn't she?
yeah.
Isn't Eric like 34?
Eric is like 34.
That's just an awesome thing to be a mom and have 2 kids older than you.
She's only 30.
Congratulations, Cindy. That's awesome. All
And
right.
so did Sandra. She's kind of young to have a 25-year-old.
She's got a 21-year-old daughter for being...
Oh, 21.
Yeah, for being 25.
Yeah, she's only 25.
It's a little weird, but, you know. Crazier? I don't know of anything crazier than that. Other than Cindy having kids older than her. That's amazing.
That's right.
So, your 3 daughters, did any of them get married?
They are married.
They are married.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Do you know the husband's names?
That's why
or
they
you forgot?
have kids. That's why they have kids.
Do you know all the kids' names? Let's go through this. Let's do this. Okay. So your daughter Cindy,
She married Victor.
Victor.
Yeah.
Don't sound
not Victor Mature.
You don't have to sound so happy about that.
Not Victor Mature. It's just Victor
Victor
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez. Okay. And children?
Children. Let me see. She's got Marky.
Oldest?
Which is older than her.
Yep. By 4 years, 6
Yeah.
years.
And then we've got Eric.
Eric is the next.
Which is he's still
He's older than her by 3 years.
Yeah. And then we've got Michael.
Younger than her by 1 year.
And Jasmine.
And Jasmine, the youngest. and
More or
she's
less the same age as her.
More or less. Pretty close. Okay.
And then we have...
Now let's talk about grandkids.
More
Marky.
grandkids. Mark's got 2 little kids.
Their names?
Part monkey. They're part monkey.
Part, not whole monkey?
No.
Okay, just part monkey.
Which is Toby. He's a rascal.
Toby, okay.
And Rafa. He's another little rascal.
Okay, both of them are little rascals.
Yeah, both
are
of them
they
little rascals.
Spanky or Alfalfa? Who are they?
Something like that.
Something like that. They get into trouble? They cause a
a
little
lot
mischief?
of trouble. A lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Old Rafa got bit in the face the other day.
He got what?
Bit in the face.
Bit in the face?
That's right.
By who?
By some other little rascal.
What happened to that other little rascal?
Nothing. I don't know. As far as I know, nothing. But they were fighting over a chair.
So Rafi lost?
Rafa
lost?
Rafa lost. Well, he got bit in the face.
I mean, I need to know more. I need to know how the other boy looks.
Well, we don't know. We don't know. He went to the hospital.
He went to, okay, well, that's a good sign. I feel a little better then.
We don't know his condition.
So we got Mark, and he's married because he has 2 kids.
His wife is Amelia?
Marky's wife, her name is
Amelia.
Earhart?
Yeah.
What's her name?
What is it? Amelia.
All right, you're on tape, Grandpa.
I think it's Amelia.
Claudia,
yeah. That's right, Claudia.
This is the test, the family quiz.
I was testing you, see if you knew.
You were testing me?
Yeah.
Okay, I passed?
Yeah.
Okay. So Mark is married to Claudia. They have 2 beautiful children named Toby
and Rafa.
And then you have your next grandson is?
It's Eric.
Eric.
He's got 4.
He's got 4. Let's talk about wife first. Who's his wife?
His wife is Becky.
Becky, okay.
She didn't have to change her name. Her
Not
name
like
was,
Amelia.
Her name was already Rodriguez.
Oh, okay. So that was her maiden name?
Yeah.
Holy cow, that's pretty interesting. I never knew that.
Yeah. So
I'm already learning something
She didn't
new.
have to change her name at all.
That's awesome.
Actually, they didn't have to get married. She already had the Rodriguez name.
That's awesome. Okay, then we got Becky and Eric and their 2 kids? Or 4 kids. They got 4 kids.
Yeah, they've got 4 kids. Gavin. And
How many girls?
1.
Yeah.
Derek.
Jaden.
And Natalia? No. What's your name?
Sandra. What's Eric's daughter's name?
Talena. And then we come to Eric.
No, we just did Eric.
Michael. Michael's got 1. His name is Ethan.
Ethan.
He's another little rascal.
He is a little rascal. Yeah. I've seen him be a little rascal. He calls me Shirley.
Yeah, he calls you Shirley.
Yeah. Or no, he calls me Grandma. So I call him Shirley.
You call him Shirley.
Yeah, I call him Shirley. He calls me Grandma.
And then we come to Jasmine.
And Michael's not married.
Michael is not married. He doesn't have he's not married.
But he's a great father. Wonderful dad
he's
to
a
his
great
son.
Father.
Yep. Okay, then your granddaughter, Jasmine.
Jasmine. Jasmine is married to... What's his name?
Christian.
No, Johnny. He's
Christian.
Well, he's got a son, Christian.
That's his name too, right?
No.
Anthony.
Anthony.
I call him Christian. Okay.
He's married to Anthony, and they have a son named Christian and a daughter named Melanie.
I've always known Anthony as Christian. I don't know why.
Is that his middle name?
I think that's his first name. I think
Is
Anthony's his middle name. He goes by
Anthony Christian?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, Christian Anthony.
And then Christian's named after him.
And then we come to...
Wait. They got kids, right?
Well, those are the kids.
Christian and...
Christian,
oh, you said Melody.
Christian and Melody.
Yeah, you said Melody. Okay. So we're done now with your daughter and the Rodriguez family.
Yeah.
And their children and grandchildren.
Yeah.
So now we move on to your next daughter, which is...
Sandra.
Okay.
And she married to some guy named Rob Clark.
The Anglo in the bunch.
The Angleader.
Every Mexican family needs one Anglo in the family.
Yeah, one Anglo, yeah.
So I'm the designated Anglo.
Yeah.
So I'm the Anglo.
And they have... they're not little rascals. They're already grown a little bit.
They are grown, but they're being little rascals right now.
They were little rascals.
Yeah. So Sandra's married to
Rob Clark.
And they produced two of the best-looking, greatest kids you've ever met.
Yes.
And you probably... Do you know their names?
Ashley.
Okay.
And...
Big Monkey.
Yeah, he's a monkey. He is part monkey.
He is part monkey.
Ian.
Yeah.
He loves bananas.
He does love bananas.
Yeah.
And cherry tomatoes.
And cherry tomatoes.
Yeah. Okay. So...
And he's got a girlfriend.
They're not old. What's his girlfriend's name? What's his girlfriend's name?
Deetra?
Deetra. Dazzlin.
Dazzlin,
like
yeah.
Dazzlin, but
yeah.
Dazzlin. Yeah. And they don't have any kids, so that wraps up the Clark family.
No, they're just going around. They're just
That's the end of the Anglo branch on the Rivas family tree. Okay.
And then we have Valerie Rivera,
because she
married Tony.
Antonio.
Sounds
like the Godfather. Antonio.
He married Tony.
Yeah, you don't want to get on his bad side.
Tony Rivera. No, we don't want to make him mad.
Getting on his bad side
No.
could end up with a horse's head in your bed.
That's right.
You don't want that.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You got to be loyal to the family.
And they have two kids.
Okay.
One is Diego.
One is
They
Diego.
call him the Dieg.
The Dieg.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dieg. And then they have
Are you
Isabel. Yeah, Isabel.
You've done pretty good on the family names, Grandpa.
They call her Isa.
Isa.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they both go to high school right now.
That's right. So that's all of our family.
That's all the family.
That's the immediate family.
That's the immediate family.
The family tree on the Rivas side under Jesse.
That's right.
Okay. Well, that's a pretty good little segment. You know how long we've been talking?
How long?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Can
30
we play
minutes.
it? Can we play it back?
30-minute conversation of getting to know the life of Jesse Rivas.
All right.
Professional, personal with marriage and a beautiful wife, and then the family, the kids, the grandkids, everybody.
Professional and non-professional.
And what we learned that's most important is you drink a lot of rum and Coke.
And that I was
Coca-Cola.
and that I lie a lot.
And that you lie a lot.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think your wife's name was Rachel, and I didn't think you had 3 kids. So maybe you were lying about that?
No.
That you weren't lying
I'm
about.
lying.
All right. Well, that's our conversation with Jesse. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Food, Wine, and Whiskey in Your Own Backyard. Jesse, what do you want to say?
Well, thanks to you, Hoss.
See ya, partner.